Turn Alert. Turn Alert. Turn Alert. Turn Alert.
What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993. We are back here for episode number 302 of WWE Turn Alert. And it's also been a while since Turn Alert. And it's the third edition with these brand new sick graphics that I absolutely love. But it's been a little quiet on the turn side. Have a couple that, are in the works, like Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest for sure as well. Not sure about a few others. But we have two from this past week's episode of Monday Night Raw to briefly discuss. So the first one, and both of them are heels. We have not had a face turn yet in this new era of the Turn Alert graphics. But we have Pete Dunne, who is kind of getting a singles push now, it looks like, since his tag team partner of the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate, is out for 6 to 9 months with a torn pec. And last week on Raw, Pete Dunne had a singles match against Bronson Reed. He lost. Afterwards, Sheamus, who had a little bit of a run-in with Bronson Reed earlier tonight, came out to save Pete Dunne. Now, we all know Pete Dunne, who was formerly called Butch on the main roster. Hated that name. And, of course, the gimmick he had under Vince until Vince went bye-bye. Of course, beforehand, though, Sheamus was a part of a stable with Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland called the Brawling Brutes. So, there's kind of some history there. But after Sheamus saved Pete Dunne, Dunne kind of just pushed him away, teasing that there's a little bit of a grudge with the two of them because Sheamus left the Brawling Brutes. Well, I think he was injured, but he left them, and of course Ridge Holland also walked out on him as well. And before they sent Ridge back to NXT, so there is history there. I didn't expect them to go a full-on heel turn though for Pete Dunne, which happened this past Monday's episode of Raw. After Sheamus beat Bronson Reed, Pete Dunne came out to get some revenge on Bronson Reed, until whenever Sheamus went to shake his hand, Pete wanted none of it. When Sheamus had his back turned, Pete laid him out with an elbow to the back of the head, turning heel. That was all the attack was, and then he let Bronson Reed do a do the tsunami on him. And Pete Dunne just went, and just shrugged it off. Which I kind of like seeing that because it reminded me when Pete Dunne first came into WWE, when he was first a heel in the first NXT UK tournament. Because, to be honest, the second time around when Pete Dunne was a heel, before he got called up to the main roster as Butch, he was very lackluster as a heel last time. I felt like that time it's like, well, he's too good of a badass babyface to, not obviously be like, the nice guy, but also just like, just be brutal, whatnot, against his opponents, because he basically is a brutal style wrestler. I wasn't impressed with his last heel run. I felt like he was just lacking a lot. The first time around, he had character, he had a purpose. Then again, the last time he turned heel because he was filling in for Ridge, because Ridge was supposed to be in that last War Games match when it was him, Pat McAfee, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch against the Undisputed Era. But then when Ridge got hurt, Pete kind of filled that gap. So, I'm hoping they're going back with this heel turn, which I'm guessing is going to set up a match between him and Sheamus for Bash in Berlin. Because I'm sure they want to get people around that nationality getting matches in Berlin. So, yeah, throwing in Pete Dunne and Sheamus would be a nice, mix in there because of people who are from overseas. And again, I hope in they're teasing the old Bruiserweight character that we got when Pete Dunne first came in. The one who, of course, had the classic of a match at NXT TakeOver Chicago against Tyler Bate, which again, they're both on the main roster. When Tyler Bate comes back, I would say either next year's SummerSlam or WrestleMania 42, that has to be a WrestleMania match. It's been years since they've had it. They had a series of 3 matches 3 years ago. Why not bring it back to the main roster? And it would be outstanding. I know these two are the best. And of course, same with Pete Dunne here as well. We all know Pete Dunne is definitely one of Triple H's favorites. He is someone I know that he will have stuff for him to do. Because he was supposed to get returned back to Pete Dunne right when he first took over in 2022. However, there was momentum there with the Brawling Brutes, so that's why the Brawling Brutes were still a thing for a while. So, yeah, I am hoping for the old Pete Dunne, not the Pete Dunne we got the second time around as a heel before he got called up. I said he was just kind of bland, I thought, there. But again, those little things like, the head shrug, the facial expressions, he had that before. Just like, again, it's a character. It's just something we needed. So I'm hoping we get that from this heel run. And again, a match him and Sheamus would be good. Would be a solid, mid-card match, I'd say, for Bash in Berlin if they go that far with it. So cool. I'm going to see where this goes. And I'm excited to hopefully see Pete Dunne get a singles push on Raw. So that's my thoughts, guys. What are your guys' thoughts on Pete Dunne turning heel and probably a feud with Sheamus? Leave your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe to our content on my channel. Again, taking a break from Twitter and Instagram right now, but you can still follow me on TikTok at the Club of the Man 1993. And as always, guys, please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.
Turn Alert. Turn Alert.